Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you're doing great.
I'm doing pretty great. I'm in a good mood because I just saw this post about the Uchiha duck. Have you seen the Uchiha duck, guys? This is a duck who has awakened his Sharingan. And it doesn't look like a regular Sharingan either, man. This duck murdered his best friend and now has ascended into Mangekyo Sharingan status. And now I'm in a good mood, but I know that this next episodes are gonna be sad because of Asuma is dead. Asuma is dead, and everybody is gonna be sad. And what is going to happen now? How are they going to get away from Hidan and Kakuzu? Or maybe the two of them will leave because they've used quite a bit of chakra. At least Hidan has. So yeah. Let's get right into it.
Poor Kurenai feels in the winds that something is wrong, and we relive the moment that Asuma died. Man, it was so sad. Shikamaru falls to the ground, reaching out to his sensei, and Hidan says to Kakuzu, "All done here, how about you?" As if he didn't just take someone's life. How callous. Shikamaru struggles to his feet to charge, and Kakuzu throws Uzumo at him. Things are not looking good for them. How are they going to get out of this? Suddenly, black feathers fall from the sky, and crows flock around Hidan and Kakuzu, distracting them enough for the team of Choji and Ino to arrive. This guy with the shades controls the crows. For no real reason, I don't like him. He just rubs me the wrong way, but like, crows are cool. The guy with the scars fights Kakuzu and does quite well. And wait, Asuma's heart is still beating, so is there a chance of saving him? Oh goodness, why are they doing this to me? Don't get my hopes up for nothing. Can they save him? Not if Kakuzu has anything to say about it, because he just wants that bounty. And Hidan speaks as if someone has told him to retreat. I'm guessing that their leader is communicating to them in that weird telepathic way. This shot is just stunning.
We're sealing the two tails. Return at once. This is top priority.
How are they communicating? Is it a jutsu or technology? It seems that they don't have a technology in the world of Naruto to communicate over such long distances, but I don't know. It's also notable that Hidan calls him Sir, which shows a great deal of respect. They get ready to leave, and Kakuzu warns the Leaf Shinobi that they will return for that bounty. Where is this place? It has such a steampunk kind of aesthetic. And we get a very tantalizing glimpse at Pain. I kind of wish I didn't know what he looks like, because he does have quite a dramatic appearance, but I do know what he looks like. He's one of the reasons that I started watching Naruto in the first place, because I just wanted to know what his story was. Consider my curiosity piqued. The two Akatsuki leave, and Ino wants to begin medical ninjutsu, but Asuma wakes up and tells her not to bother. He knows he's beyond saving. Ino begins anyway and realizes it is in fact too late. Asuma is just too wounded, and Shikamaru can see on her face that this is the end. And so Asuma Sensei wants to give his students some final pieces of advice. Shikamaru tells them to focus. These are Sensei's last words.
You're bossy, but you can also be a compassionate caregiver. Choji and Shikamaru, watch over them.
Yes, sir.
And make sure that you don't ever lose to Sakura. Not in ninjutsu or in romance.
I won't.
I like this encouragement, though it's kind of random that he would mention competing with Sakura romantically. Like, trust me, you don't want Sasuke. He's got some deep-rooted issues.
In time, you'll become a stronger shinobi than anyone else. So be more confident in yourself. And another thing, you might consider losing a few pounds.
I don't know if it's possible, but I'll try to.
And finally, Shikamaru, with your razor-sharp intellect, you have the instincts of a great shinobi. You are truly worthy of becoming Hokage, though you'll probably try avoiding it. Since you'd find the job such a drag.
He goes on to remind Shikamaru of a conversation they had over shogi. Shikamaru would be the knight. Asuma thinks he'd be a pawn, and so who would be the king? Shikamaru guesses that it would be the Hokage, but Asuma says no, it's not. It is the most important piece. And then he whispers to Shikamaru who the king piece would be, and I think it's Kurenai. The most important piece on the board is personal and specific. The one that you couldn't bear to lose. The one that makes you fight the hardest. And for him, I'm guessing that's Kurenai. The sky darkens and clouds grow heavy. Shikamaru lights up one more cigarette and puts it to Asuma's lips. Choji and Ino cry, and we see flashbacks of their time together as a team. The cigarette falls to the ground, and Asuma Sarutogi has died. They cover his body as rain pours down. Shikamaru, who hasn't cried yet, gets to his feet and walks to the edge of the roof.
I still hate those damn cigarettes. I can still feel his smoke in my eyes.
And so we end the episode with Kurenai looking out into the rain. Oh man, my heart is so heavy.
So just when I thought it couldn't get any more sad, it does. But I am glad that they gave Asuma final words and that he could be surrounded by his students and he didn't just die in the dirt where Hidan struck him down. Which I thought, because when he fell, I was like, oh, he doesn't even get to say goodbye to anybody. He doesn't even get to have final words. So I'm glad to see that they gave him that he had that he could send messages to his students before he died. But not to Kurenai. I think he did give a message to Shikamaru for Kurenai, and that's what he was talking about. That's the realization that he's been meaning this whole time, is that the reason to fight is for your person, not always, but a reason to fight is to protect something that's really valuable to you, that gives your life meaning and joy and happiness and all that. And that person for him was Kurenai. And when he was really accepting his life with Kurenai, I guess maybe their relationship became more serious or something. Then he was like, I see what the meaning of all of this is. So to have him have this epiphany and then for him to die, it's horrible. But it brings home the harsh reality of this shinobi life. And the one guy says he died in a way that was honorable for a shinobi. And I guess it is honorable for a shinobi to die in combat, but it's still terrible. It's still terrible to die so young, to leave behind people who love you, to die by violence. But that's the nature of their lives, right? I bet the village is just full of children who at least one of their parents have passed.
We're back to Naruto's training. It's very difficult and he's exhausted and feeling a bit sorry for himself, feeling unworthy of Kakashi's faith in him. Just as Naruto's wallowing truly takes hold, he thinks of Sasuke, and how could he waste time like this when his beloved best friend needs him? So, just like that, he's back on his feet, but the power of the nine-tailed fox rears its head and takes over one of the clones. It goes so crazy it even smashes the other clones. You know, I really wish I had some person in my life that drove me to success the way that Sasuke pushes Naruto. He's not even there. Kakashi comforts Naruto. It's only been one day and you've already accomplished a lot. But he's feeling really discouraged, like he'll never be able to do it.
It takes all my concentration to form the basic Rasengan in the first place.
adding a change in nature to that. It's just too much.
You're unusually negative. That's not like you. You don't sound like the Naruto Uzumaki I know.
Kakashi, I was thinking exactly the same thing. It really isn't like him to be so down. Sakura is there with her disgusting food bowls and Sai arrives too, making an ink umbrella. What a useful jutsu. I did wonder if he could make like objects that could be used in this way, and that's nice to know that he can do that. Very, very useful. I still think that these two should be doing their own training, but maybe they are and they just come here on a break. Sakura is feeling all discouraged and hesitant too, so Sai shit-talks Naruto a bit, calling him a dummy, and Sakura gets mad and defends him, being very complimentary and threatening to beat Sai up. Turns out Sai just said all of that to remind her that Naruto is special, and he didn't mean it at all. Look at him getting better and better at understanding the human psyche. He's already moved on to manipulation. Naruto gets inspired by something Kakashi says.
Could you look to the left and the right at the same time?
Shadow Clone Jutsu! I'm looking to the right while looking to the left.
I get it!
Hidana and Kakuzu are caught in the rain, and I hope they catch a cold. I hope they catch pneumonia. The Akatsuki go into their astral projection forms and do that ritual where they pull the tailed beast out of the Jinchuriki and seal it in that creepy statue with all the eyes. It will take 3 days. Hidan complains he wanted to kill the leaf heathens in the name of Jashin. Pain, well, I guess that we don't know who this is yet in the story, but I'm pretty sure that this is Pain. He defends them, saying the leaf shinobi have their own code and it's just as valid as his.
It doesn't matter what you use to justify war. Religion, philosophy, resources, land, revenge, love, even a win. There will always be war. The reason can be found later. Human instinct seeks conflict.
I mean, war making certainly does seem to be part of the human instinct, unfortunately. Hidan bickers with Pain. Why did he even join this dumb organization that only chases profit? He hates that. Pain says their real objective is much, much greater, but yes, their immediate goal is money. Hidan says that he and Toby are the newest members and he's never heard them talk about anything other than wealth. So what is this grand goal? Strange that he would join without knowing what the grand goal is, but we appreciate this for narrative purposes. And so now we find out what the Akatsuki are doing. The 5 major lands have the strongest ninja villages and dominate the war, violence, and fighting economy. Back in the day, the world was full of great wars, and so even smaller lands had ninja villages that could prosper and thrive, but in this time of relative peace, those smaller villages had to downsize and fire many shinobi who had already made huge sacrifices. So the Akatsuki need money to create their own shinobi army and to absorb all these disenfranchised shinobi. They are nationless and can fight anywhere for anyone and grow and become prosperous. They can also unleash and control the tailed beasts, thereby dictating where wars and great battles take place. And if they're the only ones who can control the beasts, they hold great power and great leverage.
And eventually, we'll gain a complete monopoly. We will control all war. In the wake of this, the ninja villages of the 5 great nations will collapse. We'll have no choice but to use the Akatsuki. Then, and only then, will we achieve our true goal. It's the 3rd and final step. World domination.
So they seek to reorganize the power structure of the whole world. I do wonder what happened to him, to Pain, to develop such a goal. But how many people will die in this pursuit of world domination? Peace is bad for shinobi employment rates, so they want to plunge the world into a forever war. Sounds terrible. The team return and deliver the bad news to Tsunade. She wants to be the one to tell Kurenai, but Shikamaru says he will do it, and that he also has a message for her from Asuma. Naruto decides to use 3 clones to achieve this new jutsu. 2 to focus on the Rasengan, and a third to change its nature. Only Naruto has the chakra and clone control to do such a thing.
You're full of surprises. I'm not sure how to say this, but I think I've really started to take a liking to you, kiddo.
Don't say gross stuff like that out of the blue, Sensei! The jutsu I worked on all day got messed up because you freaked me out!
I didn't mean it like that.
Hey, whoa, you stay away!
Okay, so with a moment like this, I really wished it had been played serious and like sentimental and emotional. And like, firstly, I did laugh out loud when Kakashi said, "I'm taking a liking to you, kiddo," because it's been several years, so I would hope that he likes his student. I almost said former student, but technically, as long as Naruto is Ganin, Kakashi is like his sensei, right? But anyways, but it's being played in the show as like, oh, Naruto is taking it as like, oh, he made a creepy joke, oh, creepy older man coming on to me kind of thing. And I wish it could just be sweet. I wish it could just be a sweet moment of like Kakashi being like, oh, I'm so proud of you, Naruto. Look how good you're doing. And Naruto can really take that in. But maybe it's because he's been spending the last 3 years with Jiraiya. So his mind is now broken. And he is tainted by that experience. Or you know what I mean? I wish that it could just be a sweet moment between Kakashi and Naruto, and that it didn't have to be funny, and that it didn't have any kind of undertone of anything else. That Naruto could just take in that encouragement in a very like honest and maybe vulnerable way. That would have been nice.
But now training is over. A messenger arrives to deliver the sad news, and the expressions on Kakashi's and Naruto's faces are so heartbreaking. Oh, guys, look at Kurenai's face. Oh, guys, my heart can't handle this. Dressed in black, people gather for Asuma's funeral. They all look devastated. He was such a nice man. Shikamaru doesn't attend the funeral. Instead, he's on a roof flicking Asuma's lighter on and off. Aside from Guy and Lee, Shikamaru and Asuma seemed to be the closest sensei-student relationship. They were always together playing shogi. He must be so devastated. From the roof, he sees some children get scolded by their parents and smiles. Then he remembers that Asuma is gone, and that moment of happiness falls away. He walks through the village, runs into a lady that didn't know Asuma was dead, and is the one to tell her what happened. He goes home and sits outside until the sun goes down. His mother offers him dinner, but he declines. His father comes out and invites him inside for a game of shogi. "Come spend some time with your father," he says. As they place the shogi pieces, the father and son talk. Shikamaru's game is off, and we get the idea that he isn't really focused. Shukaku brings up the akatsuki, how powerful they must be to take out someone of Asuma's strength.
What shot do you think you'd have? Sarutobi was a hell of a guy.
I know.
Not so hot at shogi, though.
They keep playing. His father asks, "Do you know what you're doing?" And he's not talking about the game. At least his son isn't stupid, wouldn't do something stupid. Who would want to attend their son's funeral? And I think he's asking his son not to be brash, not to act in the heat of emotion and get himself killed.
I'm very proud to be your father. You're as sharp as they come, with great talent.
The way his posture shifts suggests he feels discomfort with that sentiment, like his father shouldn't be proud. Shukaku compliments him more, and Shikamaru keeps his head down, not looking at his father.
But now, Asuma is dead.
All this talking is making me sick. Say what you want. I'm still nothing but a useless coward.
You're wrong.
What do you want from me?
I worried that this is how he would feel. His father stands and stares at his beloved son.
Let it out, boy. All of the anger, the sadness, and the fear, everything that's brewing inside of you, you've got to let it go.
Let it go so you can act rationally, so you're not making these big decisions while you're heavy with grief, anger, and guilt. He grits his teeth, clenches his fist, fighting against the depths of his grief.
It all starts from there, son. Remember, I'll be here for you.
The way that he cries, the way that he breaks down. Oh, those kind of sobs that have like horror in them. You're horrified by what's happened to you. How can this have happened? Because by skipping the funeral, by wandering around, he's like avoiding the pain, calling himself a coward. I'm nothing but a coward still. Oh, Shikamaru. I am very glad though to see that this death has weight. I appreciate it when stories, any kind of stories, take the time to show the repercussions of a loss of someone, like when a death is really felt. Like I'd rather have, not like it's a good thing, but I'd prefer a death, one death that is significant as compared to like lots of deaths that don't linger, if that makes sense. So we see Shikamaru dealing with this, and it makes us understand the weight of the loss of one person. A long time ago, in one of my first videos, like back in the day, the first time that we see Shikaku, I mentioned something about their father-son dynamic, and someone had commented that this scene where they play shogi together is one of the best in the whole series. And now I am seeing that that is true.
Shikamaru lies on the floor, his face wet with tears. He looks at the shogi pieces and begins arranging them. And then something clicks in him, and he retrieves the board, laying the pieces down as he recalls the battle with Hidan and Kakuzu. He recalls the specific events as he lays down the pieces, thinking, analyzing, planning. In the morning, Shikaku returns to the room to see what his son's been doing. The boys certainly got brains. Also, they have a lovely home. We see children playing, kind of reminding us that life continues even in grief. Shikamaru trains with knuckle duster blades like Asuma's, or maybe they are Asuma's. He visits the Akamichi household, but Choji isn't there. He's training in the mountains. Shikamaru goes out there too, following the sounds of a rumbling tummy to find his friend. And just as well that Shikamaru brought food from Mama Akamichi because man is starving. And Choji looks at his friend and says, "We're gonna do it, right? When are we gonna do it?" We don't see Shikamaru's answer, but he stops by the flower shop and Ino asks the same thing. "We're gonna do it, right?" We then see the Shinobi graveyard, see the families tending to the graves of their loved ones. A little girl puts flowers on Asuma's grave, and Shikamaru thanks her. He lights a cigarette and puts it on the gravestone.
Forgive me. I know I'm late. I was a little lost, but I'm good now.
Shikamaru tells his sensei that they're going to try something crazy and they need him to watch over them. There's so many offerings around his gravestones, guys. Asuma was loved. The team are strapping up and I am concerned. These three cannot defeat Hidan and Kakuzu working together. Not on their own, can they? Choji did stop a sound ninja when he was a genin, but I am uncertain of Ino's abilities, though the mind transfer jutsu holds great potential, and she has been training with Tsunade. But then I feel like we haven't really seen what Kakuzu can do, so my instinct is that they need more people. Just as they're leaving the gates of the village, Tsunade stops them. She tries to convince them to stay, go wait for orders, and make a proper plan. We all deal with death, and we all have to find a way to carry on and have a future. Shikamaru tells her they won't do anything stupid, but they have to go.
We aren't going to live without meaning. That's why we're going.
I understand, guys, but it's so dangerous. Tsunade tells them they can't go without a complete team, and then Kakashi appears, saying he will take Asuma's place as Team 10's leader. They're going to go anyways, so at least he can keep an eye on them. And he does add a great deal of strength to the dynamic. And Asuma was his friend. They've probably known each other since childhood. I'm sure he wants vengeance too. And so Tsunade is forced to agree. But what about Naruto? Shikamaru asks. Well, he doesn't really need his sensei for this part of the training. He just has to figure it out at this point. He also holds up a bandaged hand, which perhaps will be explained in the future, or I just missed when he got hurt. I really appreciated the contemplative feel of this episode. The lack of background music makes it feel still and deep, giving way to the emotional journey Shikamaru is going through. I like that Shukaku's advice to his son is to feel his emotions fully and not stuff them down. And it was also good seeing the bond between Team 10. I mean, if Naruto can do all this for Sasuke and he's been gone for 3 years, how do the three of them feel about each other and about Asuma? I also appreciated the increased budget for this episode, and it looked really great. Am I wrong to say that Naruto should look better? Considering how successful it was, I think it would. Anime coming out at the same time as this definitely did look better. I'm not trying to be critical, more just wondering, I guess. We begin with Sakura telling Tsunade that Naruto only needs a little more time. She also suggests that now that Kakashi has joined Team 10, Team 7, her team, would be best suited to working with them and providing support. Tsunade sends Sakura to tell Yamato to wrap up his training in the next 24 hours, or else they'll send a different team to support Team 10. Upon hearing this, Naruto decides to show his determination to get this done by eating a handful of Sakura's disgusting fruit bowls. Meanwhile, in Team 10, Shikamaru has a plan, but we don't get to hear it. We only see him hand off a small device to Kakashi. And Sensei is very impressed with his observation skills and planning. They're heading back to the bounty office to hopefully pick up Hidan and Kakuzu's trail. Man, I really hope that nothing bad is going to happen to them. The Akatsuki finish drawing out the two-tailed and seal it in that creepy statue. Kakuzu and Hidan are going to go to the Leaf Village, so Deidara warns them to be careful of the Jinchuriki Naruto Uzumaki. And Hidan's like, not all of us are weak like you and need to have our arms reattached. And Kakuzu says better an arm than a head. And yes, he's hardly want to talk. Asuma cut off his head. So now we know that Deidara was able to retrieve his arm and have it reattached. I was pretty sure that it was crushed by Gaara's sand. But you know, it's fine. Kakuzu and Hidan return to their bodies and are distinctly heading in the opposite direction to the collection office. At least we know that they're not too far away. I think because they have been sitting still for the last 3 days. Kakuzu returns Hidan's headband, telling him to cover up that embarrassing scar on his neck. Ino mind transfers into a bird so she can scout the area, eventually finding the two Akatsuki. And what a useful ability! Kakuzu was somehow able to detect her in the bird and attacked it. And this poor bird was an innocent victim that just got caught up in the crossfire. The Leaf Shinobi waste no time and execute their plan. using Shikamaru's shadows and paper bombs to distract the Akatsuki and also to maneuver them into the position that they want. Cleverly, they break the cord linking Hidan's scythe so he can't swing it around so much, which really reduces his range.
Shadow Possession Shuriken Jutsu. Achieved. What I threw at you were chakra blades. In short, having absorbed the user's chakra, the chakra blades become an extension of his jutsu. So you see, I wasn't trying to hit you. I was aiming for your shadows the whole time.
Oh, that's very cool, and using Asuma's blades as well. Good job, Shikamaru. We're all so proud. And we see a flashback of Asuma telling him he's the knight because his mind makes him flexible. Hidan keeps yapping and he really grates on my nerves. He's got such a pretty face, but as soon as he opens his mouth or does anything, he's just the worst person ever. Shikamaru connects his shadow to take control of him and forces Hidan to pick up his scythe and use it on Kakuzu.
Someday I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna kill you!
Oh man, you really don't get it, do you?
Kakuzu! Duck!
What the hell is that? What is he made of? And why is that not of internal material beating like a heart? My goodness, I really admire the imagination that came up with all of this. And Kakuzu says to Shikamaru, "My partner is a dummy, so don't be like him and retreat now. You have no idea what I'm capable of." Hidan did not like that, but I liked it a lot. Shikamaru continues using Hidan to attack Kakuzu, forcing him backward till Choji has a chance to attack.
Mikey Human Boulder!
Kakuzu!
You know, this attack really reminded me of Sonic the Hedgehog. I almost expected Kakuzu to make that sound and have her wings popping out of him. I also really appreciate the setting. We've not seen a landscape quite like this one. The rolling ground and the huge trees that seem like they're dead, they remind me of baobab trees. Maybe this will be the place where Hidan meets his end. We see Naruto's progress with his training and get an idea of the scale of this new attack as he leaves a giant crater in the ground. What will it be like when it's completed? Naruto is excited to be that much closer to being Sasuke's equal. Yamato agrees but warns him to be wary of Sasuke's fire change in nature, as there are negative and positive relationships between the natures. And why are we having another chakra lesson when Choji just slammed into Kakuzu? Why must you do this, Naruto?
Each nature is superior to one and also inferior to another in the circle. If you hit Sasuke's fire-style jutsu with the wind-style jutsu of equal strength, you'll only create an even bigger fire-style jutsu that he can then deflect back at you.
So essentially his wind style jutsu will be weaker than Sasuke's fire style, only water beats fire, but his wind jutsu will be superior to the Chidori.
So then I'm a perfect match for Sasuke.
Well, yeah, wind beats lightning certainly.
What I meant was that only my wind can assist and magnify his fire.
Guys, I really understand why there's so much shipping between Naruto and Sasuke. His mind immediately goes to how well they'd work together. Fire and wind combining to make something stronger. Shikamaru recognizes that Kakuzu can harden his body, rendering physical attacks ineffective, and Hidan is busy talking shit even though he's trapped.
Undo this idiotic jutsu already!
Right. But how? I didn't even sense your approach.
Sorry about that.
And Kakashi comes in with a surprise attack. I and everybody did not see that one coming at all. Man, he's so cool sometimes. He punched right through Kakuzu's body. Talk about stealth.
Wait, that's it. You're Kakashi of the Sharingan.
So it seems Kakashi is famous. He figures out that this hardening jutsu is earth style in nature and so is naturally weaker to lightning style. And I see now this is why we had that little chakra lesson. I can just imagine the Uchihas turning in their graves at the thought of some random Hatake being known as Kakashi of the Sharingan. Shikamaru is growing tired, so Kakashi yanks his fist from Kakuzu's body as the akatsuki falls to the ground. Next on the agenda is Hidan. Except Kakuzu isn't out just yet. Kakashi is confused. He knows that he got his heart. Don't tell me man doesn't have a heart.
That is not what I was expecting at all. I thought he was going to have like some kind of zombie body or something like that. I wasn't expecting to see masks. Gosh, all of them have such crazy abilities. It like shows the level of the akatsuki in a way that it's not just their fighting ability and how strong they are or how strong their jutsu is, but like the changes that they make to their body itself. Like they make their bodies unbeatable, make themselves invulnerable to injury. Like even if you attack me, I'm not gonna die. Because now it's Hidan, it's Kakuzu, it's Sasori. Like, if you attack them, it doesn't matter if you attack them, even if you landed your blow, they're still not gonna die. And that's what makes you truly invincible, right? You're strong in your defensive and your offensive.
This is disgusting, and I don't like it.
My shadow possessions had it.
Kakuzu is filled with hollows. Those look like the Menos Grande from Bleach. Goodness gracious me guys, he was filled with monsters. And Hidan says a prayer in preparation for the upcoming battle. He wants to spill some more blood for Jashin. Oh gosh guys, more than one team should have gone on this mission. I knew it! The monster with the broken mask melts away, so I'm guessing that's the way to defeat them, by breaking the mask. Kakashi already broke that one. Hidan attacks Kakashi and they exchange blows before one of the hollows joins the fight and unleashes a powerful wind attack. It basically blows all of them apart and changes the landscape. Once the attack fades, the next hollow uses a lightning attack against Shikamaru and Choji, the intensity of which they were not quite prepared for. It seems that these hollows have got like crazy power. Just before the attack reaches them, Kakashi steps in front of them to absorb or diffuse or maybe block the attack. It lasts so long and it's clearly difficult for Sensei. But you know, he can't allow any of his comrades to die. The attack disintegrated his gloves and his mask is torn and he's breathing heavily.
Are you alright?
Well, I'm still standing.
Well, that's one way to look on the bright side. So at this point we've seen Kakuzu perform earth, wind and lightning style jutsu. So it's now my theory that he's a Frankenstein person and is made up of several people sewn together. Hidan says Kakashi is the first to ever survive their combination attack. So now Kakuzu uses a fire style jutsu, which is like a wave of flames, and the episode ends. And I just have to say that it has been quite a tongue twister navigating the different kaka sounds in Kakuzu and Kakashi. I keep wanting to say Kakashi or Kakazu, and it's like tying my tongue all up in knots, but I think I navigated it quite well.
So I am going to stop here, and then hopefully in the next video I'll be able to cover the whole fight between Hidan, Kakuzu, and Team 10. And then if Team 7 joins them, But gosh, I am quite like amazed at the variety of jutsu and ability and all the techniques and everything that is in this anime. It is very creative to give so many people such different abilities. And I think Team 10 should never have gone just one team after these two. I kind of think that a small army should be put together every time they go after any member of the Akatsuki. We've already seen them take out Gara, and just these two, with basically only one of them really fighting, ended Asuma. So they should have a team of like, I don't know, 10 Jonin going after them. They should just assume that every member of the Akatsuki is as strong as like 50 powerful shinobi. I think that would be a safe bet. But it does make for good watching for us. High stakes. Oh my gosh. And Kakashi is apparently famous. I could see him being in the bingo books for other villages and stuff. That would make sense. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this battle can be resolved. I wonder if it's going to be just Team 10 alone who does this, or are they going to require assistance? And will Shikamaru get to be the one who ends Hiran? And can they kill him, or like my theory is that they will have to chop him up into pieces and then keep all those pieces separate. And he can just suffer for eternity. Gosh, so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the next episodes hold. I think in the next video we'll probably be able to cover the whole thing, assuming that it lasts a couple of episodes. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, all of that stuff. I'm Kayla, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!